Alright, what's up everybody? Today I'll be showing you how to edit a Fortnite montage like a pro without using any effects. We are only going to be using Video Leap. The app looks like that in the top left hand corner, Video Leap.
Yeah, told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch. XO, yeah.
Now before I go into this tutorial, I am using the pro version of Video Leap. I don't think all these features will be able to be done on the free version of Video Leap, so I definitely suggest getting the full version. But before we start the video, actually 85% of you who watch the videos are still not subscribed, so if you could take 1 second out of your day, hit that sub button, it would mean a lot. Only hit that sub button if you did learn something or enjoyed the video at all though. Alright, so we're just going to open up Video Leap, because that is the only app that we will be using today. And I'm just going to do this one clip and this one cinematic. I'll show you the clip real quick. Yep. So that's it. And step 2 is to basically find a song that you like. So I'm going to head over to YouTube and type in promoting sounds, just like that. And then there's like no bad songs on here, barely, and they drop so many new songs, like 2 to 3 new songs a day. So it should be really easy to find songs that not a lot of people have used, and almost all of them are non-copyright, so that's really good. So I'm going to be using the song Living Reckless, this one. So then what I'm going to do is basically just screen record as much song as I need, and we're going to put it into Video Leap. Alright, so I got my song in here, just like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap on it. I'm going to press audio, unlink, and now we just have the audio. So we can delete this because we do not need it. And then how we drag this over to the start is we just hold down the music symbol and we just drag it across.
Yeah, lately I swear I've been living reckless. Yeah, told you I'm just worried about my check.
Okay, so as you can see, there's way too much song at the start and the beat will drop like all the way over here. So we obviously need to shorten this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to split the clip, and we can just delete that there. And then also we don't want like all the talking and all the keyboard controller clicks in the background. So we're just going to tap on our clip. We're going to go to audio, and we're just going to mute it. We can add in all of the sound effects later.
Told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch. XO.
Okay, so there's a little bit, I cut off a little bit too much music, but I also didn't want all of this in here, so I'm just gonna split it right here, and I'm just gonna drag that across. So it basically just shortens the clip.
Told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch. XO.
Yeah, so I still need more music, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag this over, and we can just drag it across the side, and it'll bring back all of the rest of this music. So let's see what this does.
Yeah, told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch. XO.
Just gonna take a little bit more.
Yeah, told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch. XO.
Alright, and right here is actually pretty good because there's 3 piano hits. 3 piano keys. There's one that hits here, so we can do some time remapping there. We can do a piano on the flint knock and a piano on the boom bow. So if you listen closely, listen to the 3 pianos.
Told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch.
So what we're gonna do
Told you I'm just
is we're gonna go here a little bit before I put that speed pad down. We're gonna go there. We're going to go to where I put that down. We're going to split it again. So it should look something like this. And we're just going to go to this and bring it to 2.5 speed. Yeah, just like that. Alright, and then there's a clap, and that's where we want our cinematic to be. So we're going to speed it up to about where I take out the boom bow. It's like there, looks good. And go to 2.5, so it should look something like this. Yep. And then here is where our cinematic comes in place. So what I can do is I can basically hold down that and just drag it to the side. So now this is in front of it. And now I'm just going to go to where I want it. I'm going to do something like this. So I'm going to split off that because I do not need those 20 seconds. And then I want it to be like somewhere like there. That's why I want to break it off. So then I just have my one cinematic there. So. Yep, so that still looks very awkward, but it will get better, I promise. So if you hear pretty close into the cinematic, there is another clap. It's like right there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little speed up. And I want it to speed up to like right there, probably. And I'm just going to go to 3.5 because the cinematic is really slow. So that looks pretty good. We just have to make all of this a little bit smoother now. And now what I like to do is I like to speed up the end of my cinematic so it smoothly transitions into my clip. But first what we can do is we can just take this back to 1 times speed. And then I'm just going to shorten this so it cuts to my shot. Yeah, like that. Then we can leave a little bit more time. Yeah, we just roughly want the timing. So that looks good. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to speed up this last end of the clip. But we want it to go gradually. We want it to gradually speed up so it looks like, we don't want like slow and then it just randomly goes quickly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to split it like right here. And about halfway, we're going to clip it. And we're going to do about 2.5. And then this last bit to about 3.5. So it'll look something like this. Yep, you can see it just smoothly goes in. And then if you want to, we can do another thing with timing. I'm just going to drag a little bit more timing at the end. Yeah, I think we still need a little bit. That looks better. Right here, when I see me shoot it, I'm going to clip it. And I'm going to end the clip as soon as that damage pops up. That. And we're going to go to 2.5. And then drag that down to 5. So it should look something like this. This might be a little bit offbeat, but we can always change that.
Told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch.
That looks actually pretty close. So what we're going to do is, it was a little bit too early, so I'm just going to drag a little bit more timing on this end. And let's see what this does. Yeah, so just like that. That's all we need to do. And then also, from before, since we just clipped the music, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a keyframe to both of these. The keyframe is right at the bottom right hand corner, and then go up just above the black bar. And then we're just going to go in about half a second in, and we're going to do another keyframe in the same spot on both. And then we're going to go to the first one, 0, opacity 0. So it has that fade in effect.
Yeah, told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch. XO, XO, XO. Yeah.
Just like that. And now, I said that there's no effects that this already looks good. If we did this to every clip in our montage, it would look very nice. But we want this to still have some effect. So what we're going to do is we're still going to stay on video lead. But there's something that you can do. Is you can go to click on the clip and you go to adjust. My favorite to use is exposure. If you add a keyframe and then a little bit later add another keyframe, go to that first one and put exposure to about let's see what 37 does.
XO, XO, XO.
Yeah, so you see, it has that brightness effect.
My check, bitch. XO, XO, XO. Bitch. XO, XO, XO. Yeah.
Just like that, and that looks super smooth. I know Flea in his last montage used this a lot. He barely used any shakes or anything like that. So you do not need shakes to make a good, solid edit.
About my check, bitch. XO, 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 XO. Yeah.
Now we're just gonna add finishing touches. Finishing touches are gonna be the overlays. Overlays are gonna be the speckles and the black bars. I'm gonna only add my black bars on my cinematic. Alright, so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go to Google and type in black bars. Super easy. You can click on the first one and you just hold it down and add to photos. And now we're back in here. I'm just gonna go to where my cinematic starts and I'm gonna click mixer. Mixer is right next to canvas in the bottom left hand corner. And then you just click on that and it should pop up like this. If it does not pop up like this and it's still like that white screen, all you have to do is just tap multiply and it should work. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to click it on to that cinematic. It should just click right on. And you move it around the same way you move around the music. So we're going to add a keyframe at the start. But first, actually before we do anything, we're going to go to transform and fit. And then a little ways in, we're going to add oops, did not mean to do that. A little ways in, we're going to add another keyframe. On that first one, we're just going to push it all the way out like that, so it has a nice fade in effect. And then I want this a little bit smaller. So I can just move it up and down until I get those the two lines on the left and right hand, and that'll basically just click it so it's in centered. So whoops. So it'll fade the black bars in. And then we're going to do the same thing at the end. So I'm just going to clip this. And then we're just going to click it onto the end. We're going to add keyframe, and we're just going to basically push it all the way out. Let's see if this will render.
Told you I'm just worried about my check, bitch.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit slow, but it's especially slow for me because I'm recording and I have a pretty slow phone, so hopefully it'll be a little bit quicker for you. So it fades in, and then it'll fade out, and boom. We're gonna go onto YouTube, and so we're gonna type in cinematic dust overlay. And there's all of these options. and you can use any of these that you like. Personally, I like to use the ones without the lines in them. I just use the speckles, but it's all preference. You can use the white dots or the black dots, whatever. I'm gonna use the black dots, so yep. And then you're gonna go onto it, whatever one you want, and you're basically just going to screen record it or download it. And then if you screen record it, you can just crop it. And then we're going to push this into Video Leap. Alright, once you have it, you can go to Mixer, down right next to Canvas in the bottom left hand corner. So I got mine in right here. I chose to do black dots. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Transform, and you're going to go to Fit. And then if there's any corners kind of hanging out, see at the bottom and the top, you can still see the actual thing. You're just gonna basically push it out a little bit more and drag it to the end. And we're just gonna fit this. And then all we have to do is go to blending, and then whichever one of these works will be good. So overlay, that does not work. Multiply, that's the one. So basically multiply will just get rid of the white, and you just have the speckles now. Boom. Boom. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna go to our speckles, and we're just gonna mute the audio. So we're gonna go to audio and mute, because there was a really bad crackling sound in the background and I did not want that. And then my speckles were going a little bit too quick, so what I did is I just basically went to speed and I turned it from 1 down to about 0.6. You can play around with this, but I found that 0.6 looked the best for me. And now we are just left with one last thing, and that is the sound effects. I got my 3 sound effects: Flint Knock, Boombo, and the whoosh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my whoosh, and I'm just going to go to audio and unlink it, and we can get rid of that video because now we have the audio. And we can see where that whoosh starts. So it starts about here, and I'm just going to add a keyframe so I can kind of keep track. And then we're also just going to turn off the opacity for both of these so we can see. We're going to go there. And I'm going to have 2 whooshes. I'm going to have one on the cinematic, one on the kill. So right about here, I'm going to match the keyframe up with my line. So I'm just going to drag that over, and I'm just going to match up the keyframe with my line. So then, so it should sound like that, and it will go in correlation with the cinematic. And then we're just gonna, what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate it and drag it towards the end and have it hit here as well. So we have our 2 whooshes, and now we just need to put in our flint knock and our boombo. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do my flint knock next. So it's audio, unlink, and we don't need that. So I have that, and we can just cut out that and the end, because we just need the hit on it, and we can just match that up, and then we're just gonna double check that sounds good. Yep, that works good. I'm just gonna turn the volume down on it a little bit because I like having the volume a little bit down on it. Yep, just like that. Lastly, all we need to do is do the boombo, so we can unlink it, and we do not need that anymore. And then we're just gonna cut it right here and make another split right after it. Boom. Then we can go here and like that. Just like that. And now, just like that, we are done. And you made a super clean edit without using any other effects. We just used video leap, sound effects, overlays, and good timing. So now all that we're left to do is export, and at least export it in 1080p 60 FPS. If you have 4K clips, then go ahead, clip in 4K. But I just have 1080p, so I'm going to do 1080p 60 FPS, save. If you guys have any comments, if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment them below. I will try my best to respond back to most of you. Always remember, if you did learn something or enjoy the video at all, please consider subscribing or leaving a like. It would help a lot. Peace.